Kabir Bedi live his life king size? Did she bring out the best in you, Kabir, or the worst in you?
Ooh, big question.
But was Pratima and your marriage an open marriage?
It became that at one point.
Can't be that rich when you've had that many divorces. Welcome to Achievers, Kabir. It's an absolute delight to have you with us today.
Thank you so much, Sadia. Thank you.
Now, Kabir, you have a career spanning 3 decades, over 3 continents. However, you always wanted to be a filmmaker.
Right.
So, what brought you into acting?
I see you've done your research.
Yes.
You know,
Little do you know, as the interview progresses.
Acting was a hobby of mine.
Yeah.
I acted in school, won the Kendall Cup out there, acted in college at St. Stephen's College, Delhi, was the secretary of the Shakespeare Society. So, came to Bombay, I was acting for Alec Padamsee. So acting was a hobby. But I didn't see acting as in the theatre as making money. So I had to work my way through college due to various family circumstances. Yes. And what I did while studying at St. Stephen's was I freelanced with All India Radio and the earliest days of Indian television, Doordarshan. As a result of that, when I decided my career choices, I thought, I like this, what I'm doing just to make money, but I like it a lot. So I think I want to be a filmmaker. And with that in mind, I set off for Bombay. I joined 2 advertising agencies successively, Lintas and O&M, became their film chief, made about 60, 70 commercials, honed my skills as a filmmaker in the process. But I kept acting as a hobby, and there was a play that Alec Padamsee did called Tughlaq, which was Girish Karnad's, the great Girish Karnad's first play, and about Muhammad bin Tughlaq, this king that history regards as mad, but really was a genius ahead of his time. And we staged it. It became the biggest theatre success in Bombay theatre's history. So lots of people came to ask me to join, producers came. So I thought, well, they're asking me to act in films. Let's get in as an actor, see what happens. Then I'll become a director. So one thing and another, here I am, more than 3 decades later, still an actor, still not directed, but it could change.
Of course it could. Now, you know, it's acting is a very insecure medium. You just don't know when your next paycheck is coming. You had a secure job. You were doing very well. Did you not have that fear factor that, you know, if I were to go down this line, you know, because how many of the Indian actors do really make it big? You probably had no clue that you would be the first Bollywood star to be an international success, which is huge. But clearly at that time you were not aware.
Sadia, it was a very difficult decision.
Yeah.
Because by the time I decided to leave advertising and its security and its glory and join films, I was already married. I had a daughter. And there was this whole question of, you know, how do I know I'll be able to provide for them? But there was also an excitement inside me that, you know, a whole new world has opened up to me out here, a whole new dimension.
This daredevil attitude?
A bit of that always, always. Firstly, I'm a natural rebel.
Yeah.
I don't like conforming for the sake of conforming. I don't believe people are cookie cutters. I believe people are individuals.
Rebel with a cause or rebel without a cause?
By nature, cause or no cause.
Okay.
So it was a tough decision. But within myself, I also had a sense that even if it all goes pear-shaped, I'd land on my feet somehow. Okay. I had enough faith, you know, in myself.
Did you ever feel, Kabir, now I'm sure you're aware and everyone knows that you have this incredible voice. So,
well, thank you.
Coupled with your incredible voice and your dashing good looks, you are a very good-looking man.
Thank you, doubly.
Do you ever feel that that may have overshadowed your talent?
You know, acknowledging that you are good-looking is one of those very tricky questions because it means you're either an egotist, or if you deny it, you're a liar.
Yeah.
So, but okay, I accept the fact that I'm a good-looking man. I accept the fact that I have a nice voice. Those things, I believe, helped me as an actor. Where it did cause problems sometimes was when my name was suggested with other actors. They would say, "No, yeah, not him, leave him out of it, get somebody else," because they would feel a little threatened by my presence. But the fact of the matter is that you need to have people interested in you. And your acting is whatever it is, but people need to know that you look good on the screen, especially if you're vying for leading man roles or leading supporting roles, etc. So I think it helped me. Basically, I think it helped me a lot.
Now, you obviously, after your success in Bollywood, you were extremely successful in Italy, you were extremely successful in Hollywood, you did really well. And what were the fundamental differences you felt between working in these three continents?
Let me put a few things in perspective here. I began in Bollywood with first a couple of films that didn't work well, then a few films that became very big hits like Raj Khosla's Kache Dhage and Nagin, etc. Then Italy, of course, was an enormous success.
Yeah.
Hollywood was much harder because I had to start in Hollywood as a nobody. They didn't care about European success. You had to literally prove yourself afresh out there. So it was a reasonably successful career as a working actor. I don't claim to be a big Hollywood star, but I was certainly a working actor, and I had my share of successes there with some wonderful actors and films. The differences between Hollywood, Bollywood, and Europe are many. Systems are entirely different. We spend 2 years shooting a film, but 2 months preparing it. In Hollywood, it's the reverse. They spend 2 years preparing it and 2 months shooting it. I'm making a generalization here. Today's directors, today's young people, today's producers are shooting start to finish in Bollywood as well. But in terms of the way things were done, and are still done in many cases, we do take a long time to shoot our films in Bollywood. Europe is a strange mixture of the two. They plan like the Americans. They've got their script breakdowns, they've got their sprinted schedules, they've got everything. But then they improvise. So Bollywood has the world's best improvisers, Hollywood has the world's best planners, and the Europeans and the Italians sort of mix the two together. For instance, in a Hollywood film, it would be almost impossible for a director to arrive on set and say, "I want to change this scene around, it's not looking good." Too many people have approved the script. In Bollywood, in many cases, I've seen scripts being written on the set, so it's totally different. In Europe, they'll have a scene, but they'll tweak it a little because they feel makes it a little better, etc. So there are differences in style. In Hollywood, they will not allow you to do stunts that might be dangerous. In Europe, they encourage it. They like to see the actors. And Bollywood, again, is strange because if an actor wants to do it, they let him. If he doesn't want to do it, there's the stuntman. So each one has its own style. But what makes Bollywood unique is its incredible use of song and dance. Now, strangely enough, that was one of my barriers in Bollywood. I didn't want to be a singing, dancing star.
Didn't you give up that movie Hathi Mera Sathi because you didn't want to perform?
That's
so-called
right.
be a performer and more of a serious actor?
I did.
Any regrets?
Well, it was a regret because it became extremely successful. It formed the basis of one of Rajesh Khanna's great achievements. But the fact of the matter is, I love watching song and dance on Bollywood, in Bollywood films. I just don't like doing it.
Somehow I can't see you dancing around a tree.
Around a tree or around a girl, I just saw myself differently as an actor. But Bollywood is unique in that no other cinema in the world integrate song and dance into their storytelling the way Bollywood does.
You mentioned that Bollywood also has a lack of script. That often that you never really got a script of the whole movie, and that you would get your bit, and only a narrator would tell you the whole story. Which is quite odd. I don't know how one would do that.
That's not uncommon even today, although things have improved.
Yes.
Even now, people will come and narrate you a script. Now, why is this? Why do they do it like that? Couple of reasons. It's not that they don't have the story or screenplay in their minds. They do it because I come to you as the heroine of the film, and I tell it to you in a way that you say, my God, this is my film. I then go to the hero, put it from his point of view. He thinks, hey, it's my film. Go to the next hero. Say, each one thinks it's theirs. And so that flexibility you don't have if you give someone a script. They can see exactly what's happening. But then there's another reason. Because films take so long to shoot, the fear is that the best lines, or the best punches, as they call them, of the film, or the best twists, etc., or the plot twist, will be stolen by somebody else, and somebody else will make a film faster than them.
Okay.
And so they'll lose the whole impact of the film. That's the way it happened. And the reason films take so long to make is because actors dole out dates in that way. And why did that happen? Because in the earliest days, film producers would go to distributors and take the money. Some film producers took the money for the film, didn't bother to make the film, and disappeared.
Okay.
So the distributor said, wait a minute, we'll give it to you in installments.
Okay.
You make, you shoot, you come back, you show us, then we give you more. Okay. So actors suddenly found themselves sitting from big gaps, with big gaps in their schedule, and they decided to allot other films. So this tradition of everyone doing multiple films at the same time, which again is a particularly Bollywood phenomenon, persists to this day. Because even today, where you might have some stars and directors that say, let's shoot start to finish, the fact of the matter is, most of the supporting cast will be doing other films. Most of your cameraman, your set designer, your makeup people, everyone's doing different films. So it's a very interesting industry, Bollywood, not just because it's part of the biggest film industry in the world, not just because it integrates song and dance into film, but also because it is the only film industry in the world that gives an entire nation, and in fact nations, their pop songs. No other country in the world gets its pop songs and pop music from cinema. And if I may say so, a lot of the pop songs go to Pakistan, Bangladesh, the West Asia. They sing them in the taxis of Israel. They sing them in Africa,
in the Middle
across the entire diaspora. So Bollywood is unique, and I'm proud to be part of Bollywood. I always say I came from Bollywood. I don't say I'm at the heart of Bollywood, but I came from Bollywood, and I have returned to Bollywood, and I intend to do more Bollywood.
Kabir, we'll talk a little bit more, and we'll go for a short break at the moment.
All right.
See you shortly.